Yeah, we live.
Oh, okay. So we live right now. Okay, hey folks, welcome to the TD Report. My man, the Midwest reporter, Jody Coleman is on, and he is bringing it to you straight from Indy. Hey, that ain't no joke right there. The TD Report is in Indy. We ain't even
Hey,
been around that long, but we in Indianapolis right now, bringing you this stuff, bringing it to you raw. Hey, what I tell you, Jody? I said we like the Wu-Tang Clan, the podcast. We ain't going nowhere because we know what the hell we doing, and we're gonna keep grinding. Tell them, Jody. Tell them how you grinding out there.
hey, man, we grinding here. I'm right here in the stadium. The quarterbacks are getting warmed up. Let me give y'all a peek at it.
What's up, Carlos? Make sure you spread that around, baby. Get our
Can you see
podcast
it?
out there. Hey, y'all turn to the podcast. Look at them. Y'all looking at the live. Like, hey, like Brent used to say, you're looking live. You're looking live.
So the quarterbacks are getting warmed up. The running backs just got off the field. They were doing some drills.
Okay.
Offensive linemen come in tomorrow. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Will Levis he really impressed a lot of people this weekend, man. So don't be surprised when you look at new draft boards and Will Levis is higher than certain quarterback that you may like. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm coming.
Hey,
It's right here. He really has done a phenomenal job this weekend, and he's about to throw. If he throws really well today, expect him to maybe go higher than Anthony Richardson and maybe even higher than C.J. Stroud.
if somebody put him higher than CJ Stroud, they're going to be working on the podcast next year because they won't have no damn job. That's just me.
Me personally, I don't think he's. I think C.J. Stroud is still the best quarterback regardless of what happened this weekend, because you got to evaluate kids by their tape. You can't necessarily go by what they did this weekend. But if you have a job interview, it's not just one job interview when you're going for a major job. It's several job interviews. Tape is one of them, and being here is another one. Pro day is going to be another one. But
Mm-hmm.
between now and May, a lot of things can happen in this draft.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what I am sure, my man Corey just came on from Pittsburgh. What I am sure is I think that Porter kid is going to the Steelers, that corner. I was looking at it yesterday, and it was just putting them all together. It just seems right that he goes to the Steelers. Oh, we got Dev coming on. What up, baby?
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
And he's correct. C.J. Stroud is the best quarterback, but you know when people get to see in interviews and if they like him, they got likability, and that's what Will Levis has. Will Levis has presented a lot of likability this weekend. I mean, we just got to go with what we're seeing. He met with a lot of teams up here, a lot of GM. He met with the Raiders, so we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
okay. Hey, folks. I'm just trying to get people to pull us up on all different things. I don't think, Dev, people don't understand how big this is being up there. Dev, running down to the quarterbacks. And what are you looking for today from the quarterbacks? Tell us what you're looking for.
Well, me personally, I don't, I don't really get excited for this. I mean, I'm happy to see it, but I'm more of a film guy. I don't really need to see a guy throwing in shorts to be impressed. That doesn't do much for me. I don't think that translates to being a great quarterback. If your film is what it is. Your film tells what you can do and what you can't do. And if you look at the two quarterbacks that are the two best in this draft, their film speaks for themselves. The other guys, their films are pretty average for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So Levis can have all the great interviews he wants and all the strong arm throws he wants. The film don't lie. When you watch him on film, he doesn't throw with anticipation. He doesn't throw the ball accurately, intermediately. He's very everything's a fastball. He has no speed, change of speed in his passes. But as they always do, they're going to try to push a Caucasian to the top of the list. That's what they always do. This is their MO. So,
well, they had a question about running backs. Zach Evans really surprised a lot of guys out here. The kid Kendrick Miller from TCU is another kid that wowed a lot of guys up here. And Gibbs from Alabama. Those guys really are standing out. So those are a few of the running backs that stood out.
yeah.
Hey,
They'll all get picked after Bijan goes. Bijan's going 1. He's the first back to go. After that, the rest will get picked. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, hey, you guys heard me. I think the team who needs Bijan the most are the Chargers. The Chargers get Bijan, it changes their whole game. That's the team who needs them the most. They need him. Other people may want him, but the Chargers need him to compete with the Chiefs in their own division, if you ask me, looking at most teams. And how did the Chargers lose this year? They lost the playoff game because they couldn't run the ball. That's a fact. Had they been able to run the ball, they would have been playing the next round. So that's what we are. But my man Cody, I see you out there. My man Deb, Deb. Can Richardson somehow jump up to number 1? Is that possible?
If a GM wants to be working somewhere else in 2 years, yeah. If you want to lose your job in 2 years, draft him number 1. Go right ahead. Go right ahead and draft him number 1. He is not. He has a lot of physical tools, but we've seen a lot of guys with physical tools that can't play a lick when they get to the pros. Physical tools is not. It ain't everything. It really the physical to me is the least important part. It's the mental makeup of that position that means more. You want a kid that's big and strong and athletic and can throw. Yeah, that's part of it. But to me, the mental part of a quarterback, that's where Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are years ahead of these other guys. They're far ahead of these other guys. They played in NFL offenses with NFL systems, and they've been doing it for 3 years. 1 as a backup, 2 as a starter. And they both put up great numbers. And they both – you go put the film on from Bryce Young against Georgia in the SEC championship last year and C.J. Stroud's game against them in the college football playoff this year. That was the best defense in college football the last 2 years. And they both shredded that defense. And Bryce Young did it against a defense that had how many first rounders? Georgia going to get a few this year, but last year's defense had 5 or 6 guys that went in the first round, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a lot.
They had a whole lot. Man. You know, we have to be real. We got to be real that the other quarterbacks, they may wow you in throwing in shorts, but Zach Wilson wowed us in throwing in shorts, and he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. He's absolutely awful. Let's call it what he's freaking terrible. He can't read the defense. He does not throw in anticipation, and he's just bad. He's a bad quarterback.
Hey, so Deb, where this is important, so all the people know who's watching. When you see Jody asking questions, that's important because that helps set the narrative. That helps changes the narrative based upon the questions that come and ask. Like what you just said, Dev, some of the stuff that you just said, if you got that going all the way around the place, then the narrative changes. And that's what I think is important. While you guys need to be in that room, guys, the TD Report guys will be in that room next year on areas asking and changing the narrative because it's getting real bad right now, damn. It's getting bad, Jody.
Quarterback play is bad. It's bad. Most quarterback play in the league is bad. You take away the top guys and it's bad after that. It's not good quarterback play. It's just not. It's not.
Yeah, and Jody, what I tell you, when all things are equal, Jody, when all things are equal, it's that quarterback play.
It's going to depend about that quarterback play. Real quick, man, because it's hard to hear here, but it's like I learned this weekend, they asked some of these kids some of the strangest questions I ever heard in my life.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why we're here to change the narrative and ask questions that's indicative to what these kids came from and where they're going. You know, they asking questions. Do they love football? What do you think they're doing? What do you think? This is what they wouldn't be here if they didn't love football. But you only hear those questions against on certain athletes. You don't hear that question asked to every athlete. It's asked to certain athletes. Going back to the Jalen Carter situation, they grilling Jalen Carter. And my thing is, I believe that Mac Jones had 2 DUIs when he was at Alabama. Baker Mayfield had off the field issues. They still went high in the draft. So why are they questioning this kid?
Is Stetson Bennett there?
Say what?
Is Stetson Bennett there?
Hold on, okay.
Stetson Bennett. Is Stetson Bennett there? Stetson Bennett.
I haven't seen him, but
okay, because they need to be asking him about the times he got arrested and everything else. They need to be asking those questions too. See what I mean, guys? The narrative. I'm tired of this, man. We're going to change this shit.
They should be asking Will Levis what happened at Penn State.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All that. What happened? How come you couldn't beat out Sean Clifford? What happened up there? Sean Clifford's awful. Sean Clifford's awful. Terrible. He's absolutely awful. Been a starter for 6 years, and he was terrible. Whatever, man.
But you know what, guys? We don't know anything else because they run it. So we got to do our jobs and get in. You see the first one is in. Deb, you'll be there next year with us. We'll all be there next year, and we'll be able to do this right now and do a great job because we can't do it. Folks, we can't do it. We can't allow it. We don't allow it. Don't allow it. Jody, you check everybody that's out there. Don't let them start that BS. Check them. And, you know, you hit the reporter too. Check them. Look at them like, why you ask stupid questions? I mean, stupid questions. Like right now, they talking about Lamar Jackson is a running back. You can't pay running back that kind of money. I said, I didn't know running backs lead the league in passing touchdowns.
Are they still calling that dude a running back all the years into his career?
Who you think started that bullshit narrative?
Oh, what's the name? Was the BS narrative. What's the name started that BS narrative? And I'll tell you who it was. It was Bill Polian. When he said, he also said that Lamar Jackson wasn't tall enough when he's 6'3", and Baker Mayfield's 5'11", and Baker Mayfield went #1 in that draft. He also said Lamar wasn't tall enough to play quarterback.
See how that turned out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See how that turned out.
Baker Mayfield's god awful. God, he's bad. He's bad.
And the thing about it, we had to change the narrative on everything, man. You know, if we don't have the opportunity to change the narrative, then we're gonna continue having these situations and these conversations, because what's happening is, like,
Jody.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm able to see some of these questions, and I'm looking over at these guys like, did you really just ask this kid this? You know what I'm saying? And if you go, and I can't wait for the whole TD report to be here, because I see whole teams of people. We need to have a whole team up here so we can get to all these different people. We're not able to get to all the different people if it's just me. So I'm only able to get so many interviews because it's only me. But once we get the whole team up here, we'll be able to get to all stations. Because, I mean, we have to write these questions, because actually I was talking to Roman Odin, who is the assistant NFL PA, and he's up here. He's the one that actually is monitoring the questions that are being asked. That's his job. His job is to make sure that these questions are not culturally biased. And that's what we have to do as the media, because they're going to write what they want to write. They want to write what get likes. We want to write what's real.
And see, that's the key right there. And we at the TD Report appreciate Roman for taking a chance with us and allowing us to be there to do that. Yeah, so hey folks, Jody walking around. Won't you go knock on the door, Jerry Jones' door, ask him, man, what the hell they doing up in there? Go in there and get a GM. Ask him what the hell they doing up in there.
I don't care nothing about what Dallas is doing right now. I'm worried about what Andrew Berry is doing with the Cleveland Browns and what they gonna do and who they looking at in this draft.
Hey folks, you hear him talk this crap? If Jerry and them pulled him in right now and say, "Hey, we saw you yesterday. You coming
Well,
working for us." He gonna be off this damn TD report and gonna be gone.
Hey,
well,
but
at least
guess
y'all
what?
worried about something. I ain't worried about nothing because we got Ron Rivera there, so we're terrible. So just straight up. So I'm not worried about it. So so Ron is awful. So if Ron's in the building, I'm not even going to ask because he's awful. So
hey, folks, y'all see this person, Jody, walking through the joint. He that close to the GMs to go in and say, "Can you please tell the TD report what the hell y'all doing?
Hey,
what the hell y'all gonna pick?"
Listen, I'm about to go up there and knock on some doors, man, because I seen a lot of the coaches up here. I ran into Pete Carroll up here, man. You know what I'm saying? Pete Carroll was up here.
What did he say? He say hey to you?
No, he just spoke and kept it moving. But, I mean, I didn't really have a conversation with him because he was kind of moving fast, but I appreciated that he even stopped and spoke to me. A lot of that stuff, man, we can't take a lot of this stuff personal when we see guys like that. Sometimes we take it personal, like, oh, you know, this guy didn't speak to me. But I don't think it'd be like they on a mission here. They got a job to do just like we do. And
they're working.
You know, they're
working like you working. You're right. So those dudes are working. And you know what? Go ahead.
No, so some people just being rude, but I haven't met anybody up here. Like I done ran into some coaches. Allen from New Orleans, he's up here scouting a few people. So these guys, I ran into Steve Mariucci. You know what I'm saying?
NFL Network. Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's just a lot of people up here.
And it's funny that you say that because I went to back when they were the Redskins. I had season tickets at one time, and when they used to have Greg Williams as the D coordinator, I used to always catch the elevator up to my seats, and it always seemed like 3 or 4 times the season he would be on the elevator with me coming up to go upstairs or whatever, and he would always get on and he would always speak. Sometimes he would really talk. And when it was a day like when the Cowboys in town, he ain't talking much. What's up? He focused on trying to get down there to get his guys lined up and ready to go play football. If they were playing somebody like the Rams who were bad back then, he might hold a 5-minute conversation with you because, it's less, but that's just how it is, man. That's how it works, But I get it. I mean, I ain't, speaking to me, speak to me. You speak to me. If you don't, you don't. I'm not here for that. So, it's cool to, if I ask you a few. But the guy, Roman Oben, next year, I'm gonna make sure I interview him and write a piece on him because that's a big thing he doing. That's huge what he does.
Yeah, he's the reason why we got our pass.
Yeah,
he's the one I went through, so we can write. We should be writing on him now because.
Yeah, I'll put something together on him.
Because we need to highlight African Americans in positions like that who's helping other African American companies get to where we're getting to.
Yep.
All of us, through family and through whatever, we all had passes to come out this weekend. We could have. Mm-hmm. Jody, our Midwest guy, is right down the street from there, which he was fortunate to go. Thanks, Jody. Thank you for being there. But don't worry, help is on its way. We're going to be there because we're going to get these questions and get this stuff right. I ain't gonna be asking about your mom and her boyfriends and all this other crap that you've been hearing about them ass people.
No, you should be asking. Really? You should be asking them, how do you feel trying to, defeat a cover 2 defense? Or how do you feel trying to defeat a single high safety look or something like that for quarterbacks? It shouldn't be them dumb questions like that. That's dumb. That's dumb.
Yep. Hey, Jody, you going to somebody's suite?
I'm actually about to grab. I gotta grab some stuff up here because it's getting loud in the stadium. So I'm gonna come back to y'all once they start throwing. It's really, really getting loud. I had to step out for a minute.
Hey, what time are they throwing, man?
They warming up now, so I'm thinking in the next hour or so.
Wait a minute, them quarterbacks down there warming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't start throwing till 1:15, I think.
Oh, they got another hour. And because on TV they showing the drills from last night.
They're showing yesterday.
They're done with that. They got quarterbacks. Yeah. They got quarterbacks warming
it's over
up.
Well, no,
we just wanted to kind of get you, from in there. You want to come back on because we're gonna get moving and everything else. I just wanted to kind of set the tone on so people can kind of see what it's like. You're coming in from there or whatever else. So we might come back, Deb, to sum up this evening on what you saw, and Jody, what you saw from the quarterbacks live, and Deb, what you saw from TV. All right?
Okay.
Cool. And Jody, make sure you keep texting us some stuff so we can kind of keep up to date some of the stuff that you may have noticed. All right.
I
Stay
keep
on
you
the
guys.
chat.
I keep you guys posted, and we'll do a whole recap on Monday for sure.
Yep. All right, buddy.
Bet,
All right,
bet.
peace.
See you guys,
Peace.
man.
All right,
Peace.
Tom. All right, Joe. All right, bet.
Hey, folks, that was us live from Indy with our man Dev. Carlos, thank you for asking the questions. And see, my man Carlos is down there in Georgia, he's in Atlanta, so he's in the middle of all those ballers. He was my youngin that we had at South County. Hey, Carlos, Dev, coach at West Potomac. So yeah, Carlos is my guy down there in Atlanta. And so, you know, he got football in his soul. But yeah, us being live from Indianapolis, folks, as a second year from the TD report, that just doesn't happen. That happens through hard work and us trying to grind. Go look on them other reports. All them other people got big time companies over top of them to get them in. No, we got in because we work our butts off and we're going to keep working. See, I don't think people understand, Dev, how to start from the bottom and how to work.
How to grind. They don't know how to grind.
How to grind. You know what? I don't knock this area, but a lot of this area, everybody's eating here because of the government. We ain't got no hunters here.
Nope.
Everybody laying up in the cabin and the food being brought to them by the government. Can you go out and hunt?
Yep.
That's what we're doing. That's what you see Jody in there doing. Can you go
out and hunt for your kill? Hunt your kill, and make sure you eat. That's what it is. That's what it is.
And that's what we're doing.
Do that, man.
Starting today, we'll be with you for the draft. We'll be with you for when we go to Canton. We'll be with you in the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl. That's what we're doing here, man. We're grinding. You know, while y'all comfortable, we're uncomfortable. And we're going to make it. And then people going to look at you like, well, what did y'all do? We just kept grinding when you were chilling. We kept grinding. We asked for your support. We don't get it. Y'all go listen to all. You can listen to all them people you want to listen to. Anybody know me? If I tell you that these guys are really, really good at sports, y'all know I'm self-proclaimed the best. But these guys here, oh no. I can't say that around them. That's how good we are as a team. So you guys need to listen, and learn. Learn from what's going on. Learn from what we're doing. Because we're going to change the game. We're going to change that BS narrative. Because, see, what people don't get there is the Super Bowl this year. They say the quarterbacks you can't run and be a running quarterback. And then they say, well, you got to stay in the pocket. Well, Mahomes is more of a pocket to a slide and moving quarterback. And Jalen Hurts is more of a running quarterback. But they both made their biggest plays doing the opposite of what they known for.
Yep, they both flipped the script. Yep.
Flipped the script. He threw one of the biggest passes of the game, and then Mahomes had one of the biggest runs of the game. What you saw in both quarterbacks is what you're going to see every team do. Are you a Lamar Jackson type, which is Jalen Hurts, or are you an Aaron Rodgers type, and which is Mahomes? Which one are you? Now, when you can start blending them all in together, that is your quarterback. Kind of more Mahomes-ish, who can run the RPO. He can run the read if he want to. Mahomes actually could do it all. I mean, if you really want to be honest. They don't need him to, but he could. He could do it all. He can make every pass and every throw on that field. That's Mahomes. And Deb was the one who called it when they lost Tyreek Hill. He was the one that said, don't worry, have no fear. 15 is here.
Yep.
So what did he say? They said, what they asked the question?
When are the quarterbacks running today at 1:15?
Yeah, today at 1 o'clock, the quarterbacks are running. So yeah, they're running, and then they throw on that thing.
Yeah.
So they got to run first, then throw, right there.
Yeah, they run, then throw. Yeah.
So that's real football. You're going to be tired as hell, then you got to throw.
Yep.
That's real football. That's what I want to see. I want to see
But let them know. Let them know this is the one that the NFL puts together the script. But the pro days is where they script their own stuff and they can put together their own throws and how they want to go about it. If they're gonna do 20 throws here, 15 here, however they want to do it. So today is NFL scripted. When they go do their own pro days, that's when they get to kind of tinker with it and do their own thing and make it fit what they do best. Because right now you got to do what the league says, and that's what everybody. But when you go do your pro day, you're always going to throw the balls to make you feel more comfortable so you can really be accurate and show and things like that.
So this one right here is kind of more off the script, so you don't really know what they throwing.
You don't really know. No, they tell. I think they tell you how many throws you're gonna have to make in each category, but it's a little tricky. And everybody, you're going to be able to see who really can play that position from the neck up, and not just athletic all the time. Like being athletic is not going to help you today because you got to make throws. You got to be accurate. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I don't know.
He said, "I bet you that Stetson beats Bryce Young in at least one measurable."
Who cares? He won't beat him when it matters the most. Who cares?
Yeah,
that means nothing.
He's not going Bennett over him when. Hey, folks, don't get us wrong. Stetson Bennett has had a great career.
He'll be a great backup. He'll be a great backup for a long time.
He'll be a great backup because of his age and because of his experience.
Because of the offense he played in under Monk.
Yes.
The offense was NFL. It was NFL stuff in the offense. But is he a starter? Let's not jump ahead. No, he's not.
No, sir. If you waiting on Stetson Bennett to start for you on that next level.
Exactly. Yeah, I even heard people mentioning when Monken got the job in Baltimore, they're going to get rid of Lamar for Stetson Bennett. I said, man, y'all shouldn't talk football talking that dumb. Shouldn't talk football talking that dumb. Stetson Bennett for Lamar. Lamar for Stetson Bennett. Come on, man.
I found such unbelievable hate for Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. It's sad. It's sad that some of you guys have come to that.
It's sad.
Talk football with me. Don't talk that other garbage because you guys talked Lamar into getting hurt. You guys told him he had to stay in the pocket. He got hurt twice for staying in the pocket.
But Tony, ask him why they hate the guy. What has he ever done to anybody? All he does is play football. What has he done to people?
All he did was win MVP.
Yeah, unanimous.
All he did was take that sorry-ass roster y'all had and made y'all better.
Since 2019, when he became the starter, the Baltimore Ravens have the lowest payroll for their offense in the league at $263 million. That's
wait a minute. Somebody talking about so somebody talking about some betting on. Okay, somebody talking about that Stetson Bennett's going. What's the comment? Read the comment to us.
Okay.
That
good.
both
great. Okay.
What is the bet, Deb? I couldn't see it.
50. He got a $50 bet that he beats Bryce in at least one measurable. I mean, okay, great, good for you.
Oh, so he probably beat him in the vertical.
Yeah, he beat him in something. That's fine.
And he probably beat him. He probably beat him in the 40.
He's taller.
Stetson Bennett's fast,
and he's probably taller.
Probably taller.
Yeah, but I mean,
is he a better baller?
No, not even close. It's not even close.
It's a whole lot of measurables. Then when you put it together, are you a football player? Which Bennett is.
Well, they said that in the interviews, Bryce Young processing information was not something they hadn't seen probably since Drew Brees came out. Information processing. That goes a long way because when you're on the field, you don't have much time to process what's in front of you. You got to be quick and accurate, make quick decisions, decisive, accurate decisions. People don't understand that mental part. They look at all the strong arm, the quick. No. Mental.
Hey, Dev. So when me and Dev were at the game 2 weeks ago, what we didn't factor in when we saw DiNucci is we didn't factor in that Greg Williams was a defensive coordinator and he was throwing stuff at DiNucci that I don't think people in XFL even knew. He was throwing defenses at him like that.
Yep.
And you can see DiNucci wasn't ready.
Yep.
He said, Frank,
yep.
Anyway, No, he's not going to be a problem like Kyler Murray. But if
But
you have
Kyler Murray is a problem, but he's a great player. So we're not going to say that Kyler Murray isn't a great talent. He is. The problem is he's a bit of an asshole. Let's call it. He's an ass, but not talented. Oh, he's damn sure talented. The kid, you can't teach what Kyler Murray can do. You can't teach that.
no.
But at the end of the day, we could, if the Cardinals don't have a problem with it, we don't care. At the end of the day, if they seem to be okay with him being that way and they making it all for him, if it doesn't work, it backfires on the owner and the GM, for sticking with this guy and letting him do what he does. But talent-wise, you sitting here saying Bryce Young isn't a franchise player. I mean, you said the same thing about Lamar Jackson 4 years ago, I bet, too. Same guy. I bet you said that 4 years ago. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah. Hey, and folks, we've getting through. I understand the black quarterback. I understand most of you aren't used to seeing it, but it's coming. It's coming to you raw.
It's changing the game.
It's changing the game. And some of you guys, you can't handle it. That they the ones making the money, they're the face of the franchise. You know what? Get over it. Isn't that what you told us? Because for 40-something years, I've been watching football. I ain't seen no black quarterback. So you mean to tell me we couldn't play quarterback? No, we didn't have opportunities to play quarterback. And now they're getting opportunities. It seems like some of you finding any reason to just try to throw it under the bus. If you're a bum and you're African-American quarterback, we're going to tell you. We're going to tell you if you're Achilles Smith. We're going to call it if you Jamarcus Russell or if you Vince Young. We're going to call it when you are who you are, okay? But when you're talking about you got people who are MVPs of the league and you still don't want to give them no respect, now I start to question, where is it coming from? That's what I see. This is part of changing the narrative. Changing the narrative. Because, see, one of you guys put out that Lamar Jackson was a running back. And all he did that year was lead the league in touchdown passes. So, but you called him a running back. It's stuff like that, Dev, that's college. Don't care about his college. Somebody said Vince Young was a beast in college. That's college. All these guys were beasts in college.
Yeah, they were.
It's the pro. That's what we're talking about.
Can you adjust your game to fit the pro game?
There you go. You hear my man Dev, he quarterback guru on our thing.
Can you adjust your game to fit the pro game? And if you can, hey, you're gonna have a lot of success, because if you're good in the college game and you get to, and it also has the coordinators and the offense that you're in also plays a huge role. Does the offense cater to your skill set? Does the offense fit what you do best? If it doesn't, it's going to be hard. And that's the problem with a lot of these coaches. They don't understand that their system doesn't work for that type of quarterback that they may have. So your job is to cater it, tailor it to fit. You still can run your stuff, but run it where it makes your quarterback look comfortable. It makes him look cognizant of what is being done. Don't hang him out to dry. Stop having him do all the stuff that he can't do. If he can't change plays the line of scrimmage, have him look to the sideline. You change the play for him with a hand signal, or have him, in the headset. You have time to talk in the headset. That's what it's for. We make stuff too hard on these guys, especially these young. That's why Tony made a good point about the college game coming into the NFL game. A lot of these coaches are realizing, oh, he ran an offense in college that was college-based, but it had pro principles. So I can put the two together and create one big offense, and we can take what he does best out of that offense and make that our base. And then we'll plug in with everything else as we go along. But we got to get a base to start from first. That's how you coach offense. So,
Hey, folks, you're getting it from our quarterback guy here, Dev, POV Mason. You're getting what you're about to kind of some insights on the quarterback, so you guys can kind of figure out today. He told you the two quarterbacks that are really in it today and really want to do well are Levis and Richardson, because those two I think could seemingly move up a little bit. But we agree. 1 and 2 is CJ and Bryce Young or Bryce Young CJ, it doesn't. They're 1-2 to me. They both, I think, are solid day one starters. Wherever they go, they're both starters. Folks, so that you understand, these quarterbacks, this is it, because this is the last time that they out of their comfort zone, because Dev just explained to you on the pro day, they're going to fit the script to what they do well. So that's why you see everybody dancing, looking good, feeling good, because they done practice that. Right today, this is off script. We're about to find out on an off script, what can you do? Can you make that out right here when you're tired and you're about to bend over and you just ran through here and just ran that waggle? Can you make that backside out throw? That out throw right now may cost you. What's up, Mr. Galat? We got Dion Galat on here. Dad, your son is doing a hell of a job, man. I want to make sure that we say hello to you.
The kid can spin it.
Thank you. I hope your son get an opportunity. That's what we're doing. We want to get him on the show, kind of get us through where his pro day is and stuff like that. My man on here is a quarterback guru, Dev POV. Hit him up. He's on our show all the time. We're just trying to, set the script, because we're not there. So if we were there, we would be live all the time. Oh, no problem, Dion. We always with you. If we were there right now, we would have one camera on the quarterbacks, and the other camera would be on us, telling you, trying to give you guys, what's going on, what they're thinking of, everything to the game that people don't want to bring you. They don't want to bring you. They just want to give you opinions. We want to base our stuff on fact. Yeah,
it'd be nice. It should be nice to see Galat get a chance, because the last Bowie State quarterback, Amir Hall, I thought he deserved a shot, and he never got that shot.
And that's a damn shame. Amir Hall didn't get a shot.
Didn't get a shot. Did all he did and didn't get a shot. And Galat can really spin the football. He can really throw the football. When you can throw the football, whatever else he may need help with, that can be worked with. But the kid can spin it. And if you can spin it, for me, that's enough for me to give you a look. And and he can run too. He's got some mobility.
Galat can ball, dog.
Yeah, he can move, man. He can play.
He can ball. And a real great kid, raised good family, always nice, just really great kid. We love it. Yeah. Okay, yep. I see he got on media day on the field, D-line. That's great. Yeah, Wayne was saying how they got the guy down there on the defensive line, O-line.
Okay.
But yeah, so when we go there next year, we're gonna be able to break it down, because it's the first time I'll be able to see the running backs. I rarely talk to you guys about running backs, because I'm just looking at all the other stuff. But just to break down, I want to be able to see when the running backs come on tomorrow, right? I want to be able to break them down and kind of give you what I'm looking at. What makes a back, because it's not like it used to be. Remember, they used to ask us to carry 25. Can you come out there and carry 15 to 20? But can you block? Can you catch? Can you do whatever else? Can you do all that stuff? You understand what I'm saying? Can you do everything? All the rest of that stuff. So I want to, again, thank the NFL. They gave the pass to the TD report. We ain't had to go through nobody big. We had to tag touch this person, touch that. It was the TD report that we are there. So when we sitting on here talking to you guys, we're giving you guys some professional information. Now, we may not be getting paid that way, but one day we will. And then they're gonna be like, oh man, I knew those guys win. Support. That's all we're looking for you guys to do, is support. Come on and support us. Go to Spotify. Listen to us on there. Support so we can get ads. We're about 20 minutes away. We're about to roll out of here. We wanted to kind of give you guys a breakdown with Dev, the quarterback guru, kind of giving you a breakdown so you can understand. Dev told you this It's not scripted. This is not scripted. The pro day that you will see later on this month or next month will be scripted. Mm-hmm. What you got the quarterbacks today right now is a nervous time. It's like a game. Because the game ain't scripted either, is it, Dan?
Nope,
we don't know.
It's not. You don't know what's going to happen from play to play. You don't know.
You don't know. So right now, those guys right now, Dan, can you imagine right now, what would you be telling your quarterback right now as a coach, Dan? Talk to us.
Just be you. Don't try to do anything you haven't done all your life. Just be you. Don't try to be anything different. Being something different will backfire. Be you, and we'll live with the results. And the good thing is, we don't have to be great today. We need to be good. We can have our pro day, and our pro day will also pick us up too. So you don't have to be great. You want to be, but you'd rather be good and miss a few throws than be great, than okay and have 2 or 3 great throws and miss most of your throws. You don't want that. You want to be accurate. You want to be on time. You want to try to throw with anticipation. You want your footwork to show, and you want to show that you've been working since the season and in your college season. You want to show how much work you've put in. And today is the day you do that. The pro day, that's scripted. You're going to set up 45, 50 throws that you know you can make. You may have 3 or 4 that you may try that you probably don't feel comfortable with just to see if you can hit them. But if you don't, it ain't going to really affect your outcome because you're going to hit most of the throws you put in there because you know you can hit them. That's what it is. Malik Willis is a prime example of a pro day that looked like it was 100% scripted last year. He was so accurate. And then we saw during the season he couldn't hit the side of a barn. He couldn't. He couldn't hit the side of a barn, man.
Hey,
not that he won't get better, but right now he can't hit the side of a barn consistently. He just can't.
Hey, folks, see what you get? You get realness and real stuff from us. We don't care because you're a black quarterback. That ain't giving you a pass with us.
Exactly.
That ain't giving you no pass with us.
Nope.
Don't get it twisted. That we would not be who we are if we just sat and said, "Oh, all the black quarterbacks are good." Hell no. We know that ain't true.
Tony, we said it the other day.
Good. Stop the crap.
We said the other day, Will Levis, he's going to do the Jake Locker thing. He's going to test well. He's going to look great, and somebody's going to draft him. And I'm telling you, I just see Jake Locker part 2. I see it all over again. Jake Locker was a nobody and ended up being like the 11th pick. Remember? Just popped up from out of nowhere.
So talk to us about Will Levis. He said he wanted to throw because he has a cannon. Talk to me about it.
He does have probably the strongest arm in the draft, but Jeff George had the strongest arm in the draft too, didn't he?
Sure did.
As did other strong arm guys. There's a lot of guys with strong arms, but strong arms don't help you unless you're throwing the ball down the field or into tight windows all the time. Can you make the accurate, short, intermediate throw consistently? Can you throw on the move accurately? That's the thing. Can you manipulate the pocket with your footwork to make the defense believe that you're doing something that you're not, to give you that extra half a second or second to get the ball to your guys? Levis doesn't do that right now. He's a strong arm guy. He's an athletic guy, but to me, he's not a guy that you can play for a year or two. You got to sit him. The only 2 guys that are ready to play are the 2 top guys, Stroud and Young. Everybody else needs to really sit and learn. So Levis, Richardson may get drafted in the top 10, top 15. Well, I'm pretty sure they will. But wherever they go, you might want to have a guy in place right now to play right now. Them guys aren't ready to play. Young and Stroud can play tomorrow and probably be Young. Whoever goes to Indianapolis is going to a really good situation with Jonathan Taylor, which one of them the Colts decide to take because they're taking a quarterback. And listening to the owner, who's crazy, who's like a loose bag of screws, has a bunch of screws loose up there, he made the comment that Alabama guy looks really good. So for me, if he moves up to 1, we know what he's doing. We know what he's doing. But Stroud or Young, whichever one the Colts get, they could make the playoffs in year 1 because they have a defense and they have a running game that supports them already. So with Jonathan Taylor and that defense, they could be a playoff team.
Kenny McIntosh, whoever's taking Kenny McIntosh is getting a hell of a weapon. Talk to us about Kenny McIntosh.
The running back from Georgia, he can run. He's a good player. He's a good player. I mean, I don't know if he's a weapon.
What round would you have him in?
To me, he's a 3rd rounder probably. He's a guy that can do a lot out of the backfield. He can run downhill, but
which is
he's
a good
not
thing.
The top. he's not in the top 4 or 5 backs to me. You got Bijan, you got Jahmyr Gibbs, you have a couple other guys after that I can't think of right now.
Yeah. Hey, so that we understand, folks.
Oh, Sean Tucker's top 3 to me. Sean Tucker's the third best back. Tucker can play.
So you understand. She just said, hey, because we don't have you in the top or whatever, that doesn't mean you ain't gonna make the team or be all pro.
Yeah.
What we based upon what we are judging against. Now, so folks, so you understand, this is not an exact science. This is not. What we give you is based on our opinion, based on the tape, based upon history, based upon a lot of stuff. Some people get put in the right position, as is Pacheco. Where was Pacheco last year? Where did he go? What round was he drafted, Dad?
7th round, late 7th round.
And look at him right now, Dad. What did he do? He helped. He was one of the big reasons that KC had some balance to win a Super Bowl from the 7th round, folks, as a running back.
He went in there and gave them what they didn't have, a physical run game that also picked up blocks in the pass game. People didn't talk about his blocking. He was a very good pass blocker for a guy that was considered too small and played in an offense that didn't prepare him for the pros. So guess what Andy Reid said? Oh, they say you can't play in a pro offense. We're going to design our running game to fit what you do best. So the Chiefs' running game became what Pacheco did best, and the others had to fall in place and play off of him because he's their bell cow now. So it's a good fit. Then you had Jerick McKinnon as your receiver out of the backfield. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who they took in the first round 3 years ago, basically lost his job. So now he's a free agent. I think he's got 1 year left on his deal, I believe. He's a first round.
Right, 1 year left on his deal.
So you're looking at it like Edwards-Helaire is pretty much fighting for his football life right now with the Chiefs because Pacheco, 7th round pick, making that little bit of money. The Chiefs are sitting there saying, we got this guy under contract for 4 years right now. And we just won a Super Bowl with this guy in year 1. I mean, and Jerick McKinnon, you can't teach what he does in the pass game. Can't teach that.
So what you just told the fan is, it doesn't make a difference. It makes more difference what you go to, the system that you go to. And it makes a difference in coaching to understand what he just said, to cater to what you do well. And see, those are the reasons that while we're getting into not only the narrative with the TD port, we're getting into managing these athletes so they can understand this part. See, because some people won't listen to that, Dev, and they're going to be ego and say, well, blah, blah, blah. And no, you're going to be like, no, just stay. Because they're going to cater to what you're going to do well. Coaches said this. Coaches said that. What Dev just gave you is a 7th round draft pick. He is sitting right now. 300 days later, he is a Super Bowl champion.
Look at Kadarius Toney. The Giants get him. He has problems with the way they do things. They never really mesh. The Giants were using him in a way where he was more of a outside receiver trying to get him downfield. The Chiefs said, no, we're going to let you play in the slot and let you torch defenses from the slot. What does he do? Makes the biggest play of the Super Bowl on a punt return, and then he catches a touchdown. I mean, that's what you do. You got to find a way to get the most out of your guys based on what they do best, not based on what you want them to do, based on what they can do. Because if they can't do it, they're never going to be able to give you their best if they can't do it. So that's the difference between Andy Reid and the rest of a lot of the NFL coaches. Andy Reid and his staff, they take and break down that film on these guys, and they put these guys in a no-lose. You go into a no-lose situation when you go to the Chiefs because they're going to put you in a win-win. That's what they do. They put you in a win-win situation.
Win-win.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. What we got, guys, is Dev. We have Dev D.O.B. Mason out here just hitting us. He's hitting us with everything today. He's telling us, kind of giving you through the draft, what they're looking at, how they do it. And some people, we fall in love. This stuff is for first rounders. But folks, your NFL team is made from the 3rd round through the 7th round. That's where you make your team. Okay? That is what make this right here, what we're looking at, this is for us. This feels good, make you feel good, the fans, great. The lady that just hit us about the running back from Georgia, your kid is going to make somebody's team. Your kid is going to do well. Your kid is going to make a lot of money depending on the situation, the coaching, and everything else that's around with a running back. You know, if you put into a great situation, you know, I tell people all the time, when I came out, my style of running was total opposite of where I wanted to go. I actually would have been a great running back with the Washington Redskins. That was my style of running. Running that counter trade, we ran that at Virginia Tech. So I actually saw that the Redskins were looking at me, blah, blah, blah. Joe Gibbs and them have been looking at me and doing all kinds of stuff. So I get this time, my birthday was yesterday. I came home on March 5th because right there always leads to my birthday. I turn on the radio and breaking news, Joe Gibbs retired. That's the first time I was upset about a Redskin retiring from being a Redskin, because now it was about me, because I know and I knew that that was the best team. The way he ran it, that was the best team for my skill set, because I knew I loved it. I mean, basically you were chipping on offense. You know, you had help because you had a great line. You didn't have to really take off no linebackers. You could catch out the backfield, and you can run downhill all day with the counter trade. That's what I wanted to be in, and that would fit my skill set. So what Dev just told you, you may get drafted to a place that fits your skill set, or they may just, because they see your talent, to make sure that they do stuff more to fit your skill type. So as we are about 8 minutes away from the quarterbacks taking the field. Our man Jody is out there in Indianapolis. We are coming to you live.
Are we going to come back on once it's over and talk about it?
Yeah, we'll come back on and talk to you guys so we can break down, because we want Deb to break down what he saw, and basically Jody to kind of give you what he was looking at. Maybe he was seeing something that we couldn't see here that could have affected some things. We don't know. But this is a big day. I haven't seen a day this big about people throwing at the combine in a long time, Dev.
Yeah, me neither. It's big because of the two enigmas. The two enigmas in Levis and Richardson, they have all the physical traits. So when you have two enigmas that you don't really know versus the two that you do know about, which is Young and Stroud, it makes it, and Young isn't throwing. Young is going to throw at his pro day, which is typically normal. It's interesting that Stroud's even throwing, because most of the top two guys very rarely throw the ball. They just don't need to. They already know they're going to be. But Stroud said he wanted to throw. It's fine. And I'm pretty sure Stroud's pro day will probably be amped down a little. He probably won't amp it up as much because he's throwing here, because he doesn't need to. You'll see Bryce Young's pro day turned up down at Alabama. He's going to turn it up because he needs to, probably still going to be, one of the first or second quarterback taken, but not throwing today. Yeah, so, not throwing today will probably make him have to turn it up a little bit for the scouts on his pro day. But it makes it interesting when you have two enigmas, two physically gifted players in Levis and Richardson who are really athletes trying to play the position of quarterback. That's the athletes and quarterback. That's totally different people. They're not the same. So playing the position of quarterback is so much more mental than you can't just be an athlete. Your mind got to be, you got to be able to process that info pre-snap, post-snap. You got to be able to remember things that you saw on a play that may have not worked. You might can go back to it and try it some other way. Your job as a quarterback and as the coordinator and whoever else on that sideline works on the offense is to try to say, oh, we tried this earlier, it didn't work. But if we run it out of this formation, it may work later. That's part of being a quarterback, that you have to go to the sideline and be able to talk like that. So it's so much more to it than just getting under center, getting in the gun, throwing the ball. And people don't understand it, man.
Yeah.
They don't understand the work that goes into getting a quarterback ready for a game. It's work, man. It's work. It's work.
Now, as my Dev, I was on live with my people as we speak. I'm
Okay.
on live, and I'm just trying to, have you kind of break this quarterback thing down because everybody get a little biased. Well, I like my Dak and I like my dog. I like my Baba.
Yep.
Breaking the position down so you can kind of understand. Deb, I've watched the video today of Kurt Warner breaking down the route concepts that they were running in Baltimore. Man, Kurt Warner broke it down and said it ain't on Lamar, it was on the offensive coordinator not
Who
putting him
said
in the
that
right
a
position.
long time ago? Who said
Yep,
that?
it's 2-year-old video.
I said Greg Roman is a hell of a run game coordinator, but he's the worst pass game designer in the league. His offense is designed for tight ends and running backs. It does not open up the game with the running wide receiver. That's why no top receiver, when they were free agents or wanting to be traded, wanted to go there because they're not going to get the football. Like the tight ends are first and the running backs are second. And Lamar, you do whatever you want. That's fine. But Lamar is too talented for them not to have a receiver that's one of the top guys in the league that he can at least depend on. It's not fair. It's not fair. You look around the league, everybody has one. Everybody has one. Like something
Everybody
that they
has
can depend
one.
on. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. All the top guys have one. He doesn't have it. He just doesn't. Mark Andrews is really good at tight end. But does Mark Andrews really scare you every down? No, he doesn't. He doesn't Travis Kelce scare you. He doesn't have Travis Kelce's ability. Kelce scares you every freaking play of the game. You're scared of Kelce. Every game, every play of the game. Andrews ain't that guy. You look around the league, Burrow's got two guys, Higgins, Chase. Then you look at the Bills. He's got Davis and he's got Diggs. You look at Jacksonville. They got Christian Kirk and they have Marvin Jones and they have Zay Jones. They have guys. You look at who else was in the playoffs. Look at Buffalo. I mean, look at the Dolphins. They got Waddle and Hill. Fastest receiving duo in the league. You look in the other. Cleveland's got Amari Cooper and they got Njoku and they have guys like Peoples Jones and I mean, come on, man, it's just not. And then you look around. Who else made the playoffs last year in the AFC that we might have missed? Chargers. They have Keenan Allen's going to leave, but they still got Mike Williams and they still got other guys like Josh Palmer. These guys take the top off of defenses and get open. You add a Bijan Robinson to that, losing Keenan Allen isn't going to hurt because you can now run the ball. And a lot of what Keenan Allen was giving you can get that back in the run game with Bijan because he doesn't take the top off. He's an intermediate guy. So it's just, you have to give Lamar a real receiver. I mean, you got to give him $263 million on your whole offense for 4 years. That's insane. You're not going to win like that. You're not not.
Yeah, that was what Baltimore.
That's cheap.
Hey, they cheap. Hey, They're live right now. Yep, they look like they're going live. Wait a minute. They're about to go live right now. I'm a little behind. They're about to go live. Because I'm a little behind on my thing.
Let me go to the network. I'm turning it now.
Yeah, they're taking us into it. Folks, what we're doing is kind of breaking everything down so you can look at the position a little differently today and not just get too hyped and get too low and on throws. You can kind of understand the process, how they processing this, what they thinking about, what they're looking at. Because this is not a script today, folks. Unlike their pro day, this is not a script today. So these guys will be coming in live. They're going to be coming in live. So within a minute or so, we will be live. They're going to be coming. Yep, they're coming in now. Are you on it yet, Joe?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I see it.
Oh, you see it? Okay, yeah, they giving it. Hey, shout out to the two Maryland kids for running those times. Shout out to those guys.
Deonte Banks and Jacorian Bennett, two of my guys. Two guys I'm very familiar with. Yes, indeed.
Shout out to those Maryland guys. Loxley doing a hell of a job over there. Good job, man, my man. Now we're live from. Doesn't look like yesterday. Yesterday was raining all day.
What's the name going today too? Raheem Jarrett, my other guy.
Okay, so
wide receivers, quarterback. Keem going today. Yep.
We get to see. Oh, they got the quarterbacks and everybody walking down that long
That long
hallway
pathway, that
coming
long
over from
tunnel.
the convention center.
Yep, they ready, man.
Yeah, that's they probably walking over from convention center,
Mm-hmm.
where they do all the questioning and everything else, man. Yep. Yeah, they got it. Oh, I didn't know Jeremiah played quarterback at
Yeah, he played quarterback at
Appalachian.
Appalachian State. Yeah, he was there. Mm-hmm. He wasn't no good, but he played. He wasn't no good. Terrible.
Yeah.
But he's like Dan Orlovsky. He may have been bad, but they understand the position. They understand how that position should be played. They're really good at breaking down. Or you don't have to like Dan Orlovsky, but Dan Orlovsky is very knowledgeable, man. I listen to him a lot. I don't listen to a lot of them.
You know, he's like 6'6", 6'7".
Who Orlovsky?
He's really
big
tall.
Guy. 6'5". He's a big kid. Always been.
Yeah,
big.
I saw him at the Navy game,
okay.
and I was like, man, I can't believe you're that tall.
He was standing next to Ryan Clark in the studio one day. He had him by about 4 inches. He had him, really and he was taller than Marcus Spears, who's like 6'4". He's taller than Marcus Spears too. He's a tall guy, man.
Well, I didn't realize he was that tall. And when I told him that, he said, "Man, everybody tells me that." Yeah, we didn't realize he was that tall.
Tall.
Jackson Smith, what's his name? Jackson Smith and Jenga.
And Jigba. Yeah.
We just gonna call him Jenga.
Yeah, I just call him Jax. Jax, man. Yep. Or JSN.
I just call him Jenga.
Yep.
Like Jenga. Look at all the fans in there today. Good gracious, like they got all them fans in there.
It's like the NBA Slam Dunk Contest. They're gonna pack the place for this one. That's what it is. They're gonna pack the building for this. Quarterbacks, man.
Folks, so you know the fans get in on the lottery is free, but they only let in a certain amount, because if they didn't, that place would probably be packed. What else you gonna do in this? Yeah, it would be sold out up in there. Quarterbacks being in front.
Yep.
So hey,
yeah, See, Hendon Hooker's ranked 50th. And I know he hurt his ACL, but nothing about that kid says he's the 50th best prospect. Nothing says about he's 50th. Nothing about that kid says he should be 50th. If anything, he should be at the top 30 easily. But that's what happens when you get hurt and they don't think you can do it anymore. And just like Nolan Smith said, see, the guy that ran 4.39 at 240 from Georgia the other day. See, I don't know if a lot of y'all out there know. He was the #1 pass rusher on Georgia's team this year. Got hurt against Florida in November and didn't play again the rest of the year because of a shoulder situation. So I wrote a piece on the day that he did the combine. He said the week of the combine, he said, "I'm just here to play football. Y'all act like I died." He said, "I didn't die. I was hurt." So now he goes out there and he wiles with a 4.39 40, a 41-inch vert. And then he did the broad jump with some other crazy number that he did, 10.8 on the broad jump. And you're like saying to yourself, 240 pounds, 6'3", and carries weight like that, he just made himself a bunch of money. Because one thing he could already do is rush the passer. Now with that athleticism, a D coordinator that runs a 3-4 or whatever he's on won't be hesitant to drop him into coverage because he can run. That just made him a ton of money. He can run. He's got understanding of defense because he played at Georgia. They coach great defense down there. Kirby Smart coaches it up. So wherever he goes, he's going to play right away probably because he's got the ability to do that. So he probably went from a second-round pick because of the injury to back in the first round with that pro day. You know.
Hey, man. Hey, folks, y'all getting in from there as we about to roll out. We're going to come back probably after the quarterback so you can kind of update us on what you saw, Dev. He's going to give you his professional opinion. He writes this stuff daily. He is a professional at this. This is what he does. He gets paid
we'll be back
to coach him up. And we'll be back, folks.
What time are we coming back? What time are you trying to come back?
About 4 o'clock. After they throw about 4. So we're going to come back about 4 o'clock, folks. Thank you, guys.
All right, Tom.
All right, Dev.
Later, man.